Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura here back with an all pro codes guide for Kingdom Hearts 3's Limit Cut episode. I have actually done 3 guides previously, and I would be forever grateful if you would check those out. The guides I have done so far have been Data Terranort, Data Riku, which I know a lot of people have a hard time with, so hopefully if you want to beat him, that will help you guys out. And the last one I did so far was Data Xemnas, and continuing on that trend, I figured I would go ahead and make my next guide for the villain that started the series for us, Ansem, Seeker of Darkness. Now, his pattern, honestly, is not too bad. It's pretty predictable once you kind of see what he does and can figure it out, really. I guess you could say the same for any boss fight, but yeah, his pattern is not as intimidating as it looks. So yeah, you'll see as we get into the fight. Now, as far as what you need to take into the fight with you, pretty much the same stuff that you have been taking, the same stuff I've said before. Have Ultimate Weapon, obviously. Have Grand Chef, that is, again, a complete must. You need Wizard Ruse to make it through these fights with all pro codes, because when you have all pro codes on, you cannot heal or use items. So that is your only way to get health back if you do take damage. So yeah. And also, in your accessories, have the Wisdom Ring, because that also has Wizard Ruse on it, and that will increase the chances of it working when you also use it on top of having Grand Chef equipped. So, have it. Make sure you have those things. Ability-wise, take whatever 30 abilities you want. I say 30 because with all pro codes, there is ability limit. You can only have 30 to go into a fight with all pro codes on. So yeah, I do still recommend keeping Triple Rush and Falling Slash off, because you don't want to get stuck in one of those finisher animations and not be able to get away from your opponent, in this case, if he Ansem, when he's trying to attack you. I have it on here. I think I have Triple Rush still on here, but I got very lucky it didn't get in my way. But just in case, I recommend having those abilities off. Otherwise, have whatever 30 you want. So yeah, but without further ado, let's get into the main fight, shall we? Alright, you will always start with the same thing, so this. Block 3 times, and then you can air step at him, and that will be your first chance to do some damage. With my combo set up, I can do 2 finishers before he starts to retaliate at me. So there you go. Laser Cage, easy enough, you just block it. Now this is a very cool trick that a friend of mine helped me figure out. I mentioned it in my guide for Data Riku. But when he summons this darkness cage that tries to get you, there's 2 ways of handling this. One, you can jump and air step at him, but I found this way easier to handle and way easier to pull off. So yes, cast Water Gu, and then, if you can see, I am blocking. And then I can counter kick at him. Yes, counter kick is my preferred reprisal. That is what I prefer to use. I know many use counter slash. I just like counter kick. The iframes just, I really appreciate them. I know you are open after you finish using counter kick. You are open for a split second, but it's helped me more than it has hindered me. So yeah, I prefer to use that. But yeah, cast water. It gets rid of the portal that's under you. You block, counter kick, and then you do some damage. Just like that. And it's such a fun trick to pull off. I really had fun getting it right. There were a few times I timed it incorrectly, but yeah. And then he'll always do this. His move from Kingdom Hearts 1. He'll do it 3 times. I will say, when he's about to charge at you the 3rd time, there is a slight delay. So, let me rewind again, and you'll see. Whoop. Thank you. Play. Okay, so first block. They're quick. See? He waits a second. Then he'll come at you. But 3 times, then he'll teleport to the middle of the arena usually, and you can combo him. Just air step at him and you can get him. Not too tough. And now he's doing the laser cage again. I think he does the darkness portal again. Yep, so just water trick. So fun. I love that trick. I really do. It's so fun to pull off. Okay. Block 3 times, same move at the start, or that he did use at the start. There will be a point where he will not be open after that attack anymore. I think it's after this. Charge attack again, so 3 times. He'll teleport. Air step. Combo. 1 finisher. Second finisher. 1, 2, 3. This is where he's not open. And that is why. At that amount of health, so 1, 2, 5 bars, he will no longer be open when he uses those 3 laser blasts. Because he will start sending the crystals at you. So, you just block the crystals. I'm dodge rolling after blocking just to make sure I get distance from those mines that are over there. You don't have to, I just did it for safety. And then he's doing this again. Easy enough to block. Water trick. You see what I mean? He has a pretty readable pattern. It's fairly predictable. And he should be going to DM1. Alright, so this is where a lot of people do get intimidated and mess up. First thing you do for the DM is you block 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he will be open for attack, so you air step at him. Again, 2 finishers, and then he'll make you back off, actually. He'll teleport away from you. See? Okay, now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When he does this for the 3rd time, dodge roll forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dodge roll back. Air step at him. See? It's not that bad. It just looks scarier than it is. Alright, now this, I found easier to block these lasers, but I do screw it up. You jump, air slide back to the edge of the arena, but block 2 times. You'll see I block 3. Block 2, and you'll see why. Yeah, that was where I screwed up. Block twice. Then air slide again, because that has iframes. Then you can block again. See, I screwed up. And then you should, if you do it, not the way I did it, but if you do it right, then you'll be able to avoid his blast, and then air step at him like I did in the end, and combo his butt. I got so lucky I got health back there. Okay. Now, once he hits this phase of the fight, he is going to do that, but he is about to be open. Now, what I use to time this is the crystals. When you see the crystals appear, wait just a little bit, but then air step at him, and he will be open. There you go. Watch for the crystals to appear. That's how I time it. And now he's going back to a pattern you'll recognize. He's doing this again. Now, I'm doing the water trick again, but I wasn't close enough to get the counter kick. But I still was able to get to him. So, I dodge roll forward and comboed him before he could get away. I got very lucky. I got very, very lucky there. Okay, and he's back to the charge attack. Same as before. He doesn't change that. There we go. One more finisher. Okay, and now DM2. This one's a little bit harder. Okay. First step, get to the edge of the arena. Trust me. So yeah, get as far as you can go. Block. Dodge roll forward, dodge roll back, block again. 4 times, I guess. And then he'll be open for an air step. So you can get your combo in. Boom. Okay. Now, this is what I found the hardest. This is the part that kept screwing me up when I was trying to beat him. Many, many times over. I could get to this part without too much of a hassle, because I was starting to be able to read his attack pattern and know what he was going to do next fairly easily. Because again, his pattern's actually fairly predictable. But, I hate this part. These orbs. You have to time your dodge roll right. I swear I've seen people block them though. But it's so hard for me to tell which ones you could maybe block and which ones you gotta get away from. And just dodge from. But it's easiest to just dodge roll like I'm about to do. But God, you time it wrong, you were gonna get caught by them and you were going to die. There's no way. Ugh. And that messed me up so many times. These Psi orbs. I call them Psi orbs because it looks like the Psi spell from Persona. That's why I call them that, if you were wondering. But yeah, you gotta time your dodge roll right. And you can avoid them. I got very lucky though. You're gonna have to feel that timing out. I doubt I could replicate this. I got very lucky and just did it right this once. But once they're gone, I think you got a dodge roll. I counted it once. I think it's 15 times. And then he'll be open again. But you still gotta time it right, and that's where I fail a lot. Alright, but then when you see the two orbs appear again behind him, he'll be open, so air step at him. Second finisher. Obviously it's not over, but don't panic. Okay. Don't be fooled by the fact that that little laser's right there. Still watch out for it. But what he's doing is he's doing the same thing that he did at the very start of this phase. So watch. Block. Dodge roll forward, dodge roll back, block again, and then he'll be open to air step. There you go. I still won't be able to finish him here. But the last move's pretty easy. Okay, so for the final move, what he does, remember in the first TM, it started with blocking 4 times? That's what he's doing, so watch. It's a little faster, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he's open again. Also, I switched to Oblivion by accident, but fitting. But there you go. And that is how you win. So you see what I mean? His pattern is fairly predictable. It's not as intimidating as it looks. His DM can be a pain in the butt, but once you figure out how to do it, and you get the feel of it, you can get through it fairly easily. But that orb attack is the one that just, ooh, I hate it. It always messed me up so many times. I'm just very lucky I finally got through it this one time. And it let me win, basically. But yeah, that's how it's done. That is how you beat him with all pro codes. It's not as scary as it seems. So yeah, there you go. And of course, feel free again to check out the previous 3 guides that I've done so far. And hopefully they can help you if you are trying to beat these fights with all pro codes for fun, or if you want to reach A rank, which is why I was personally doing it. I did it on a beginner mode file, but it didn't feel right. I got risk taker with that file, but I'm like, personally, this is just me. I wanted it on my critical mode file really bad. And the only way for me to do that on my critical mode file was by doing these fights with all pro codes. I didn't have to do all of them. I had to do 11 out of 13. Plus beat the final boss of base Kingdom Hearts 3 again. And tank on Dark Inferno. So yeah. But it was worth it. I feel good that I actually did do it. So, yeah. And if you guys are trying to do the same thing, don't worry. You can do it. It can be done. Yes, it's a little hard, but it's also fun at the same time. I love this game to death. And even if I got frustrated a few times, it was worth taking on the challenge. And I'm happy that I was able to actually pull it off. So yeah, and if I can do it, I'm a mid-tier level player. That's where I class myself. You guys can do it too. We have so many talented Kingdom Hearts players in our community. You guys can do it. And I'm just here to try and help you figure things out if you're still having trouble. Mainly. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, share it around if you want. If you want to follow me on Twitter, that link will be in the description below. If you would like to support the channel on Patreon, that link will also be there. And I would be forever grateful if you would look at it. But no pressure, of course. It's just there if you want to. So yeah. Let's see. I haven't decided which one I will make a guide for next. I will have to think about it. Maybe Larxene. I'll have to sit and think about it though. But I hope this video helped you. And I'll see you guys next time for whatever guide I do next.